Okay. So let's, 7:17, perfect. Let's start. Um, all right, and then, oh, Pamela's here, nice. Okay. Wow, you guys do well for impromptus. I talked to a few people, I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel like we gotta do something tonight. Let's connect. So anyway, so welcome everyone. Let's just start by putting our hands on our heart and breathing. Well, did everybody feel it today? It was very different than yesterday, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. How many people were tired?
Tired?
How many people were tired? Yeah. Oh, wow. I was like, had to do a down. I mean, I was just out and did a download. So let's just create the heart circle here for everyone. Some people obviously couldn't make it, but I'm like I said, I'm utterly impressed with our group that this many can show up at the last minute. That's awesome. So lot, lots have been happening. So let's breathe into that. Lots. Lots. Like almost every day feels like a year now. I mean, so much comes in. It's it's almost like a year's worth of what we used to know back then. So let's just kind of I'm just going to start to share some of the things that I have been noticing and recognizing. One is it's like we get this push of energy, and then you can feel really energized, and then all of a sudden another whatever is going to hit, and then it's like, and part of this shifting of time, which is what occurred a couple of days ago when we sent out that text, is more and more you will, I keep hearing, thy will be done. So let's breathe into that. Thy will be done. So if it is essential for you to just get a download, and it doesn't mean you're going to even consciously get things. Download slash integrations can be one of the same. You may not even know consciously what you just experienced, but soul's in control. And yeah, the humans on a need to know basis. So you want to particularly honor the body. The body is the signaler for what it's time for. And the body has synced up, this just in, with time. So time as we know it is different in that it's reclaimed its original. So let's breathe into that. It's reclaimed its original. And everything has to align with that original now. So remember, we want to breathe into the energy of this. It doesn't always make logical sense. Well, most of it won't, because this is so beyond what our mind and can comprehend, because it's not linear. It is energy. And it's this energy that will feel familiar at some level, And what you want to do is just breathe into it and let the body take the remembering in and help gift it to you. I like that. That's nice. Let the body help take in, and you do that through breath. The breath is a signaler between you and the body. It's kind of the mode of transference, let's say, of this energy. And so, you know, breath more important than ever, but also this grounding. So I was gifted, and I want to thank everybody that I've been able to connect with and speak with, because when I connect with you, I'm gifted with more knowing, with more remembering, because it triggers stuff for me. So I was gifted to have a session with Diane today. And Diane, I'm going to have you share what you want to share about that.
Well, it was amazing. First of all, I came in with horrible, just the last couple of days, my neck has been just feeling awful. Well, it's like brand new right now. Seriously. This is what came through today. The 4 emotions are all related to the elements of the 4 elements, right, Julie?
Yeah.
So anger, and I said, it just sometimes my neck just feels like it's on fire.
And that was the coded. Do you feel that? That was her soul speak. That she said to me that my soul says, oh yeah, we remember this. So go ahead. I'm just kind of bridging it.
So anger is fire.
Doesn't that make sense, you guys?
Yep.
And then you went further and went through all 4 of the emotions, and we figured out what element goes with and how it's all connected. It just was amazing. I couldn't hardly get it all in. So anger was fire. Let's see.
And then we have to put out the fire, remember?
Right. And then you feel sadness. And what do you feel? What happens when you have sadness? Water, you cry.
And I'm just
interact.
going to pause you just a second. And doesn't that occur many times, especially when we were doing a lot of the human backed up anger, that you would just finally have this anger and then you'd burst into tears. You would slide right into sadness. It happened for me a lot. I don't know if it happened for you guys, but it makes sense. The water puts out the fire. So continue.
And then loneliness was the wind.
Diane.
Loneliness was the wind.
Well, let's
go ahead.
Do worry. Do you remember what worry was?
Worry is the earth, which is the nerves.
Yep, the electrical system.
The electrical system. You know how you're worry, you kind of are nervous. It's the electrical. And I have a lot of worry. You know, I feel worried a lot. And it does tense me up and makes me, I mean, it just is all connected.
and then you have the lonely, which is the connecting with the soul, right? That's the gift of feeling lonely. And then you're free to move like the wind again. Does anybody else feel like this is helpful? Expanding upon, yeah. Trudy, what do you get with it? Thank you, by the way, Diane, for sharing that. Thanks. Oh, before we go to Trudy, and Diane's got to leave, so that's why I just want honor. What else? Is there anything else you want to share or put into the space, the circle?
Oh, there was one other thing that came through that was huge, and it isn't coming.
Okay.
Was it something with my? No, it wasn't with. You opened up my whole head. Oh, what was it?
Was it something with the mental? don't
can't
recall.
remember. Sorry.
Well, let's just energetically send it into the center because it's in your field and we'll pick it up again. So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing and thank you so
I'm
much
gonna
for,
go.
yeah,
All right, thanks.
we're glad you connected with us. Take care. All right, bye, Diane.
Bye.
Okay, Trudy.
This is really helpful for me because there's some sort of inner knowing thing about this connection. And it just is validating whatever it was my soul remembered. I don't know that I have the words to articulate it, but there's something about being able to anchor the connections between the emotion and the element.
Let's breathe into that because I feel like that started spinning me the way she said that. So then I know that there's more remembering coming in. So start to notice as you're encountering more and more soul speak with people, they don't even know they're doing it because the souls are gradually taking over the mouths. Yay. But notice if you hear something and you're just like, oh, and just kind of like, boom, starts to almost energetically spin you. So give yourself that moment to pause and breathe and give yourself permission to say, can you just hold on a minute? I'd like to breathe into that. And then you're validating that soul's remembering as well. And they might not even have a clue what you mean by that. But again, we are modeling this for other people.
So I feel like in some level it's a recollection of that time where it was all connected, and when we worked with the elements, like consciously worked with the elements.
Yes. Yes. And you know, it was that emotional energy a lot of times that it was the feelings, I'm being corrected, it was the feelings that kept us connected. Remember, the emotions were the indicators we were stepping into the illusion. But as we got away from our knowing, then the emotions came, and then of course we know the story that we suppressed them and all that good stuff, and now we're just coming back. So that's nice.
Yep.
So Trudy, can we see your face? Is your camera not working?
You know, I don't know what I do when I connect in, but I often can't find, I don't apparently hit the correct button.
Okay, I think it's down in the lower left corner. There should be a little video camera with it usually has a line slashed if it's not on.
Oh, now I lost you altogether.
No, you're here. Oh, you mean you can't see me? Yeah. There you are.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah, there. That's better.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, see, you can do that. So thanks, Trudy. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay, Linda, why don't we hear from you?
Oh man, so much has been going on, and my head is spinning literally because I woke up 2 days ago. I thought everything was okay. I stood up, I took 2 steps, and I was, whoa, listing to the right. And then I took 3, 4 more steps, and then I'm going to the left. And so I felt unbalanced, but you know, I had all this energy that day, just like what you talked about, Julie. You start out with all this energy. By the afternoon, it was like, I gotta take a nap. I'm so tired. And I thought, well, maybe this will help the unbalanced feeling and a little dizziness that I had. So I slept for like, I don't know, several hours. And when I woke up, I was balanced. I felt like that had shifted. And then a couple of days ago and today, when I'm out for my walk, I'm realizing that my vision has changed. It's like, I can't quite get things in focus. And, I'd take off my glasses and I'd look, it was maybe a little better without my glasses. And I thought, well, that's a change in vision. And then you've got to look at a change. Okay, so what is, my vision is changing, not just physical vision, but my vision of what is to come is changing. Mm-hmm. It's just all kind of making some sense. And and then emotional stuff, yes. Okay, so I woke up, see, this was on the weekend. I kind of felt depressed, but then I did some meditations, and I felt the wind moving, and it was working apart some stuck energy in my solar plexus. And once that was kind of loosened up, I felt this energy rise up to my head, kind of into the middle part of my head. And then that depressive feeling just suddenly was gone, just left. And then I heard a voice, because I was in meditation then, I heard a voice say, and you kind of mentioned something about this when you first started out, but so the voice said, not all stories have a logical ending. Be okay with it. In other words, things are changing. And what used to be logical in 3D is not really seeming logical anymore. So I've got a lot to work with. I got a lot of fodder to work with.
You got a lot of material, huh?
I got a lot of material. And so I'm kind of, I'm thinking this is, some dimensional changes. And for me, it's kind of exciting. I mean, some people might be kind of scared or frightened that, oh my God, my world is falling apart. But for me, it's like expanding. And now we have some opportunities for some new visions, which I find exciting. So anyhow, I'm going to just work with it and see what else comes. But
nice.
This has only been a few days here, so I feel like I'm being swung around, Whee! Where am I going to land? I don't know.
Exactly. Well, and this, at the beginning of the month, Mara, and we emphasized it in the forecast, grounding is key. And again, if everything's multidimensionally changing, let's say, and how the energy and the movement is in us and around us is different now. It's like, that's such a beautiful example, like, oh my goodness, and so you probably came out of your dream state, and you might want to spend a few moments before you just hop out of bed, because who knows where we've been, right? We're working on many, many different levels. And so, take some time to get into your body again and be present before, because I got up today and it just kind of bopped up and I was like doing the same thing. I was just kind of, whoa.
Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And usually I do that every day. I spend a good half hour grounding myself. This was an emergency bathroom run. That's when I was unbalanced. I went back to bed, did my usual routine, which did help, but even with that, I was still feeling it quite a bit of time until I took that nap in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And just cleared up. But you're right, grounding is, I feel
good.
like
Good.
that needs to be done.
Yeah. So I feel curious. What did you experience Tuesday into Wednesday when we did that? What was it? Tuesday? Yeah.
Tuesday morning is when I was unbalanced.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah,
so that was the precursor of
Tuesday
that.
morning was the day that I felt, I shouldn't say unbalanced. A change in balance or off balance, but eventually I came to understand that I was being rebalanced, and then the changes in vision these last couple of days. So that's what I've been feeling. I've been feeling a lot of emotional stuff too. And I'm surprised. I just get like, where did that come from? I haven't felt angry for so long. And all of a sudden, this huge amount of anger came up. And I kind of dealt with that. I knew what it was about. And I thought, my God, how much more stuff do I have inside of me that I'm just not really quite aware of, you know, that's ready to come out? It's a surprise. So
Yeah.
it's all
And
been happening now these past couple days, Tuesday and Wednesday, most of it.
well, if we look at just the experience of, let's say, multidimensionality energy, let's try to envision how the energy is moving differently in your imagination. It makes sense that it is literally shuffling up, right? Things that don't match that vibration.
That's true.
And so my invitation would be to just go, oh, it's here. Not even where did this come from anymore? Because the question slows down the integration.
Okay.
Because the question gets the mind involved sometimes.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yes. And that goes back to what was said in my meditation about not all stories have a logical ending. So I have to try and get rid of feeling like I need to think in a logical way.
Or you may want to just explore, I wonder where that came from. Look at what beliefs still, might be operating in the minimized corner of your computer.
Yes.
That I have to understand this to move, or whatever it might be. But that would be something I would look at, because the mind is so going to slow this process down. And so
Absolutely.
the more you can just go, poof, it's here. I just feel angry, or whatever. Just keeping the emotions in the forefront, acknowledging those and moving through that energy. And then if there are details, let's say, if there's something that you are to consciously have, it's like it will be there. Do you mean like that remembrance, or that recognition, or saying, that anger? That's what anger does, is it goes, I don't want to do this anymore. That's a lot of the anger, is like you get to that place where, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this anymore. I am done with this. I am done, and then that catapults you through that, into that next. And in that recognition of, and then part of this, you said something key about vision changing. It's our inner vision too that is changing so drastically, because we can just see more. So you can see how this connects with this, and this was here, and this was here, and this is how come. It's almost like it comes in as a chunk. It's not such a linear, drawn out process anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I like that, because it's right there. You don't have to go through that long, involved, linear process. I tried to, baby.
Well, and again, that was helpful. That was very helpful at one point in the journey. I mean, the energy was such, we had the liberty of quote unquote time to do that. And then for those of us that got to dig in and do like microscopic look at everything, there is a gift to us doing that in the old energy, because we got to do everything a lot more consciously in a way, look under every rock. And now the energy is such, it's just, it's too quick to do that, and it's not required.
Right. You just, with your inner vision, you see it right away. It's just there.
You just know it. Yeah. So that's one thing. I wrote a Post-it note about it. It's like people are just seeing things differently. Like people are just seeing, be it a pattern, a behavior, an illusion. They're just seeing everything differently. this greater vision is really part of what's awakening within people. Because, of course, there is no more veils to any part of the illusion. It's
Pretty
just
awesome.
the crumbling of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this. Yay.
This is
So
great.
thanks for sharing. Yeah, thanks for
Thank
sharing,
you.
Linda. Okay, Sue, go ahead and share. You and I too had a great conversation this morning. Share what you want to share from that experience as well as anything else.
Okay, so I'm going to back up probably here because this, these last, 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, have pertained around my health, in addition to everything else that's going on with the quarantine and whatnot. And so if I can reflect on that, the first month, nothing too much was changing my system in terms of balance. And as it turns out, what I have is I have parasites in my blood, which has affected my blood pressure, which has been affected by a low functioning thyroid connected to my liver, the bile in my liver. And so in the meantime, after I saw the naturopath and things were not moving anywhere different, I went to seek out a medical doctor. She's brand new, but a friend of mine had been seeing her for a long time, and I felt really good about her. But it took a long time to get the lab results back because of all the COVID-19 testing that's also being done. So I had to wait quite a while to see her again. It was like 3 weeks, which is kind of abnormal. But I liked her, immediately liked her. And she put me on product for my thyroid and for the bile, the liver, in addition to what I was already on. I went to see her today. And in a week's time, I have made so much progress. It's amazing. And in fact, I took a lot of product that I wanted her to retest me on, that I was already on with the naturopath, and then just some other things. She has backed me way down on things that my body is just like moving. Now, does that relate to what we're going through? I don't know. I mean, if things are speeding up, maybe my body is responding equally as quickly. But I was pleasantly surprised today, and that just was really very promising, encouraging, I guess. The other thing that's nice about this doctor is she works with microcurrent also in her clinic, which is awesome. I mean, I don't know of anyone else that does this in their clinic, and there's several people within that clinic that can work with you. But I was telling her about Julie working with me, which we did last week, and the bile had moved so much. And she said to me today, definitely keep doing that. She said that's, and Julie worked on my thyroid too. But my body apparently just really responded to that. There was a lot of emotion that we dug through. Anger in that area, and using my throat chakra. I mean, just a lot of things. And Mara is working with the throat chakra right now. So that's, nice. And Mara was working with our blood, and my blood was perfect. My blood was perfect. I mean, lab results do not show parasites. So only the naturopath can pick that up. And actually, Julie picked it up already on her biofeedback before the naturopath did. So I guess what I'm suggesting here is that there's just a lot of amazing synchronicities going on within what we have said yes to in our health. I just feel like that's amazing.
Beautifully put, Sue. That was total soul speak, what you just said.
I don't know. I just feel
I don't even know. I just felt it, the energy. And so I just want to validate the soul speak you are speaking it. And can't we all see the shift Sue has made in her being, in her energy?
Yeah.
So
well,
Linda's known her a long time. You've
I
probably known
have.
her
Yeah.
the
No, I
longest.
see it. I just see this relaxed person in front of me here who just gets it. She gets it. And
Yeah.
it's just all coming together for you so nicely.
Well, and it's interesting that the body is working with the spiritual. And so I guess it feels like it's a coordinated effort here for me at least in moving forward. And I know that my throat chakra has been an issue. And I understand that the thyroid is the main detoxer in the body, and it is definitely connected to this bile, which, wow. I mean, you look at all those emotions that have been stuck and the throat that hasn't spoken its truth or truth, but maybe not completely to the
It's
people.
full truth.
Full truth. Okay. In that respect. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
it just says that, yeah, I was suppressing a lot and not moving through. So,
and do you recall, we do have it recorded, I can go back, but do you recall what the download was that was coming through? Do you remember what that was even about?
this morning.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote some notes. Hold on.
Okay. It's good because I might as well have just a recorder around my neck.
I know. You know what? Let's see if I can make sense of the notes.
Okay.
That's going to be the other thing because I wrote them in kind of a scribble fashion here. Let's see. You know, and I was working with some perverse energy too. That's been still there for me. So
This just in, Sue. Let's breathe.
sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the perverse energy, whatever that may be, right? There's lots of ways energy pushes on us.
Right.
That the spin of the perverse energy and the spin of the parasites come together to make the perfect storm. This just in. So let's breathe into that.
Okay.
Do you feel this? It's somehow,
Right.
Karen, you got a piece to this. I'm gonna have you. So she goes, "Oh no!" There she is. What do you get with that? There's a spin, like an oscillation spin, right?
Yeah.
That the perverse energy does, which is counter to what the body likes. Okay, let's say that. And then the spin of these parasites, the energetic whatever, it comes together and makes this perfect storm of disruption in the body.
What I visualized when you were saying it is, I thought of the virus of the earth. It does spin on the globe, and
Yes.
then this now spin that's going to happen is going to neutralize it. So I saw it broader than, it's kind of like a reflection of what's in the body is being seen, you know, on kind of on the earthly plane. And I visualize.
I feel that.
Kind of like the spiral of a hurricane being dissolved. The spiral of the hurricane is the negative energy, which is the virus itself, and then this positive spin is the light that neutralizes it and reverses it.
Nice.
That's
yeah, well put. Trudy, do you have anything you want to add?
Just that, I forget what day it happened, but there was a day since the weekend where I intended that anything and everything that is unhelpful, let's say, be gathered up. And so this feels like it's connected.
I feel that. And the key word she said, gathered up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the essential word that's activating. So, and anybody else, Pam or Linda, do you have anything else you get with this that you want to add to the remembering here? No?
No, I did
But
write this. Okay.
what I also saw is that when that spin happens, it creates confusion. But then when the neutralization happens, it brings clarity to everyone.
I
So it's kind
feel
of like
that.
this.
That makes sense. Yeah. I was thinking of the spin as being like a centrifugal force.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. It spins things out and you're left with the truth, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The essential truth.
Yeah.
One thing we talked about, Julie, this morning too was I talked about self-worth, and I said I matter. We talked about that.
Oh, that's the
Get
download.
into that. Get
Thank
into
you.
that.
Yeah. So when she brought this, so she said, I matter, right? That's part of, that's a part of our remembering process for all of us. We have to get to that place where we say, wait a minute, I matter here. you know, I matter. I'm as valuable here as anyone else. And then it started coming in about, yeah, because I don't have it exactly, but it was something in about that we used matter. I matter. So you mattered this. You know what I mean? Like some people say we created it for ourselves for remembering purposes or whatever, but it's the matter. And then we get to the heart of the matter. and then that transformation can occur. So, and I know there was more to it, and I may just take that conversation I audioed and trim it and take out that essential download and just send it out to you guys, because there was a lot of energy coming in through it, and there was some really cool stuff. So, but of course it's not here because this morning was like last year to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, I was going to say one more thing. There is a fifth element. I remember Warren King talking. He did a book with 5 elements, and I was just looking it up right now. And I don't know if this is it or not.
Fifth element is ether. The fifth element is ether.
And it says space in here. So it'd be the same thing, right?
But
Space,
as Mara has recalled it, it's ether.
What does that relate to then? Is that
ether? Ether would be I would say that would be the soul's energy. It's made of ether.
Okay.
It's ether to me. I experience it as this really fast energy that is just kind of all encompassing. So we'll see if more comes from that. And that's probably, when you have those core 4, when you go through and work with those elements, those primary elements. So those were probably the ones because we were those other things. Yeah. So, well, thanks for sharing, Sue. And it's so exciting to hear about your good news. I feel excited.
I'm excited. Thank you.
For you and with you. So, yay. Well, let's finish hearing from Karen, since you were speaking. You got your mic off. So why don't you share about what you've been noticing with the energy, or whatever's there for you.
I feel like we're the Brady Bunch here, though. It's kind of fun.
I get to be Marsha.
No, everything that you guys are talking about, I'm resonating with. So what's so fascinating is how everything is amped up. So I'm noticing the similarities in people that I connect with and talk with. Like when Sue and I connected, it was like, oh yes, I've been working on the same things, this whole detoxification, because I could tell that there's something at a cellular level that needs to clear. And for you and I, there's some similar things with clearing the throat chakra and things like that. I'm noticing that using my Avazia, my body is talking more and telling me exactly where the meridians are or where I need to clear. When I go outside, the birds are like having conversations. It's like it's like, oh, I understand that language now. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like, oh, I know what you're talking about. I can acknowledge you. My own emotions are different. They come up out of nowhere. I acknowledge them and then they're gone just as fast. It's not like they're hanging around. Every day is different, completely different from the next. Today, I feel like there's huge downloads of like a love energy from the universe, just trying to keep us kind of above some of the shifts that are going on. So I feel that's really important. I started I'm going to bed and spending more time in my reflective time at the end of the day than I ever have before. And in the morning, I don't get up right away. I spend at least, I mean, you have no idea how out of the ordinary this is for me, but I spend at least 45 minutes in the mornings now, just connecting with body, connecting with what was opened up to me, you know, and taking that with me through the day. So it's kind of a magical time. I'm on the phone all day long with work, so the last thing I ever want to do is get on the phone when at the end of the day. But I've reconnected with people in a new way, you know, like I said, well, I'm not going to text them, I'm going to call them. So I called Sue because I had a question for her, and it ended up being like the most beautiful conversation. Last night, I had to connect with someone I hadn't talked to in a year, and it ended up being a beautiful conversation. So that's kind of, I don't know, there's a whole shift and change going on. My morning this morning was someone that works for me. Her husband left this earth suddenly on his own accord. And I helped the energy shift in the house so that she could still stay there with her boys. And it made me think about all the people who are leaving and making that sacrifice for us. And taking time to, you know, appreciate that son and what, you know, how honored I feel to be here at the time and be part of this, right? I just feel so honored. And part of this journey is this connection I have with all of you. You know, it's like we're all experiencing it, we're all sharing. And the opportunity for me to share that is just something I've never even done. I've never had a group to share that with. My family has you know, they're a different audience. They have an attention span for my comments of about 20 seconds, you know, and it's like mom saying something again, you know. So, and like I said, I haven't kept a lot of my friendship relationships that I have are so strong. I could not talk to them for 5 years and reconnecting, like we would pick up right where we left off. But, you know, these connections are really special for me. So, so that's what I have to share today.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for that. I feel like we can all say the same. So I want to hear from Pamela.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
What a wonderful email or text to get today that we were going to get together. Yay!
Yay.
Everyone's energy is so exuberant today compared to our last call. It's a marked, noticeable change, and everybody's looking and feel, and yeah, I like the chunk factor that we were talking about today. How everything's just like, and it is a big chunk, and it just gets thrown at you, and it's like either don't duck, just get hit and deal with it, and just go.
Yeah, yeah. So, in regards to, I'm I'm hearing, share with us what, if you tune in from your state, okay? Because you're in a different state.
All right.
Minnesota has its own energy, right?
Mhm.
And you are anchoring North Dakota. So North, wisdom and gratitude, the ancestors, right? And then Dakota, all that, whatever that entails.
Mhm.
But what if you tap into the pulse of that state? What wants to be said about it?
Hmm. Yeah, I've been doing, I've been not connecting so much with people in North Dakota. I'm finding it's a let go kind of event here.
Yeah.
Like let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. And
Yeah.
I've been paralleling that some. And yeah, lots of anger went along with that. And we cannot not be okay. And the videos
Yeah.
and everything that we have in our group helps carry you and gives you tools and energy and all kinds of wonderful things that you circle back around to.
Can we all give Pamela a hug? Let's all
Yes.
give her an energetic hug right now. It feels like she could use one.
Is that Daisy?
That was my cat.
No, that was whose cat? That was your cat talking?
My cat Mocha, she likes to be sitting here with me.
Oh, she felt it. She
Yeah,
was
she
like,
did. Yeah.
She did.
And since I have
oh,
my kitty
and
connection, I like it.
yeah.
Daisy or someone's usually, cats are usually helping me out.
Yeah,
Remember,
this one does
cats
too.
are clarity. They're 2 on the clock. So, but
I know, but the
haven't
word.
the animals?
Okay,
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the words you just shared brought a tear to my eye. So it was very sincere and emotional. So and healing at the same time. So thank you for that.
Welcome.
And I want to acknowledge what I see, Pamela, is that whatever it was you used to do to hide
Oh,
is gone,
nice.
isn't
No
it?
more hide and seek.
No more hide and seek. Yeah, game over, right?
Right.
But also then, you know, that I am soul clear. I'm fully here. You know, I let go because I'm so clear and so fully here. Maybe that's nice to say.
Nice. Yeah.
Let's all say it. I let go
I let go.
because I am soul clear
Clear.
Because I'm so clear
and soul fully here.
and
So
so
fully here.
Ooh, nice. So I was, when this might have some frustration, anger, energy in it, but when the video wasn't working earlier, I started drawing. Let's just breathe.
Edgy.
You feel that? But this could be another way. You know what I mean? Like a hand just started coloring. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's how another quick way that I wanted to get that energy out and also just experience it. You know, no, gone are the days where we're afraid of them or embarrassed about them or whatever we used to do with them.
Mhm.
And it's almost like, yeah, this got me here. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
This got me here. Let's breathe. This got me here. So I wasn't intending on sharing this, but it was here. So, so some of the fun things that have come through the quick little endos is, if you're in fear, you're not here. It's a great check and balance. Remember, I always said fear is of the mind anyway. It's a refusal to have 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of those core 4 emotions, but also that you're not present. And that's when you can get hooked into, even unconsciously, not acknowledging where you're at. So that's one. There was another one. To be real, you must feel. If you're not feeling, you're not being real. So I like it. That's a bumper sticker. to be real and feel, you know. And there was a third one. Let me just see if it wants to be recalled here. No, I guess I don't have it. Well, everybody here on the call is doing the work with Mara, so let's breathe into that. And so Mara's going to be working with everybody again tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday already? Wow. So tomorrow. And she said she's just gonna go. Just breathe with all of us. So again, vinegar is going to be very helpful. This detoxing of the body is important. To do like baths, to take a bath, you know, detox. Like Epsom salt is a great way to detoxify, and put your oils in it. A bath, vinegar, and hang on a second. Did I have that sheet? Let me look here. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's going to step up. That's what she said. And to me, I was experiencing it like a soul climb. She's going to support us in doing tomorrow. So bath, vinegar, detox. And there's something with the word run. It's going to run. And she said that the last 3 times she's worked with you, she's going to put that much energy into your system at one time and then some. So if at all possible, you want to have a later schedule tomorrow. Or take some pauses throughout your day. So I just want to speak just a few minutes here on this thing that occurred this week, this atomic reshuffling. And it's basically just bringing things to light. And those of you that have been with Mara for a long time, the acronym to light is love is growing here today. Love, living our very essence, is growing here today. So it's bringing things to light. Of course, I hear that jingle, right? We bring good things to light, GE or whatever it was. And so the where is it? The role time is playing is what has really changed. So breathe into that, the role. And it's like, you know, we've kind of said time is our director, it's blah, 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 but this is different. This is more. It is insistent. It will be immediate and fast as far as there's no more time for this, or it is time for this. And the thing about how everything and everyone around, let's breathe into that kind of something there, arounds. I feel that arounds. It arounds. Let's just breathe into that. Mouth keeps wanting to say this. It arounds. You feel that? It arounds. So the sync up, and I look at what this wanted to be called and how it knew itself. And it's so what it said it was going to be and more. But everything's syncing up, because up is the one direction. Thank you to that singing group, One Direction. So really, part of what I'm experiencing with this is that you're there before you know it. It's almost like, well, it is like you don't have control in a way, but not in the way, 3D way of losing control. But like all of a sudden, you're like, oh, wow, I'm here, you know? And I feel like if you've hung out with me at all, we've played in this. We're also, everything's all lined up and we're like, oh my God, that's so cool. But that's really going to start to be, I feel like, more and more the experience with people. You will find yourself exactly where you are to be and exactly the experience you're to have, whether it be for expansion and movement or whether it be for letting go of illusion. And obviously one leads to the other. So I was looking at that word time. It was talking to me. And so T, right? T, we know, is about clarity, right? It's an I am stroke with on top, you can see above, right? Clarity, amplify. Then you have I am, the I am. E, energy. Time. That's how it started talking about itself. And it's that and so much more. But that's something that, I don't know, our human can kind of have entertainment with.
That feels good, actually.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, it was more of a merging with, like, oh yeah, I am that. Not I am separate from. I am that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've heard that as a theme here today too. Just how all of the elements are interactive and not separate, and they're all part of the emotions. It's not like one separate emotion here and there. It's like, I don't know, there's more like a combination happening.
Yes. Yes. And that's 15 on the clock. The word you used.
Yeah.
Combination. So yeah. So just, if we look, we're rounding, whatever it said, that word it said, rounding, to the end of April here. And the movement and how it was sharing how it might feel at the beginning of the month. I know it's this and so much more now. Particularly those last 3 days, 28th, 29th, 30th, are large. Put big stars on your calendar. Those are not days to be on autopilot. I've even, in a way, something I've been, you know, if it's there, I'm like, oh, I'm picking up this can. Oh, I'm holding my phone. Do you know what I mean? Like just becoming more and more and more in real with everything. And I have one more announcement before we go. I'm so excited about this. Mara's going to, something's come through. She's going to start offering. It's going to be online. It's going to be called Soul Yoga. It's very different than the yoga we came to know, but it's really with working with soul energy through the body. And man, it takes you up really fast. And it's through movement and sound. And so it's gonna be a way that you guys can more personally connect with her, because it's only gonna be offered to our group. And it's gonna be up on the web. I feel it's gonna be like $10 a video or something for heart exchange for her. But you'll just be able to access it, download it or whatever, or go, it'll probably be a page on the website that you just sign into. And then you can have those videos and work with your soul's energy in that way. And remember. So we're cited. That's an interesting word. We're cited. Let's breathe. It's funny how the words are changing. We're cited to begin, I feel this, May 4th. That's when the first one's going to be recorded. That's how it talked to us. So I'll keep you posted on how that will look. But I feel like it'll be really, really powerful. And it's all about soul, right? That's why working with your soul, touching your soul, you know, breathing into soul is important, because that soul energy is rising. There's that Bob Seger song I'm hearing right now, "Roll Me Away," and it's like there's that, and then my soul began to rise. You know, there's that line in there, and you could just feel his soul rising through the whole of him when he sings it. So that's a great song. And then something else came through, which I don't have all the whatever's, but basically it's going to be called Dancing in the Streets.
Like fun?
And so, you know how I love music. It's always spoke to me. And I'm gonna just put out this invitation, just sharing that music was always there for me when people weren't. And that it's a universal connector. And it's also, it's a way it speaks to it, you know, music, rock and roll moves the soul, right? But Sue, you said something else. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah.
You brought it to the next level. I can't remember. Moves the soul. I think you said moves.
Yes.
But anyway, so this is going to be something that's going to be kind of interesting. I feel like we're going to have a theme song, a soul song that I'm going to introduce. And then, of course, I'll highlight the lyrics. I'll invite people to look at the lyrics and look at it through the lens of either like the human and soul versus man and woman, right? It's the human and soul singing to each other, and then just see how this wants to evolve. It's going to be quite fun. So we'll see how that starts to look. But I feel like it's going to be something that can really connect people from all over.
Cool.
So those are some fun things that have come through. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for once again showing up. It matters because we do put this into matter when we show up. And I just feel so honored and privileged to have you guys be part of this soul journey with me. And in a lot of ways, I'm sitting here like a proud mama. Because, of course, I've worked with all of you, and I'm just like, wow, look at this. It's so fun. And it's just what I've so, knew in my heart of hearts when I came in this time. I was waiting for this moment. So thank you. Thank you to all of you. And I know, Pam, I am supporting you yet with a session with the EPFX, and that feels like it'll occur tomorrow. Okay? Didn't want to be done before tomorrow. So anyway, and if anybody else wants that kind of support, you let me know. But it's all here, and roll with the baby. You just gotta roll with it, baby. So heart hugs to everybody. We'll talk soon, okay?
Thanks, Jen.
Great.
You.
Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
guys.
Love ya.
Bye.